Hello, welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here comes the latest updates. Đồng Nai People's Committee is working on a project to support small and medium-sized enterprises by 2025. The project is currently receiving comments for completion before submitting to the Provincial People's Council for approval at the next mid-year meeting. In order to have a scientific basis and to be close to the practical requirements at the enterprises, the project was assigned to the Đồng Nai Fatherland Front Committee to organize a review, preparing the content for the official review meeting scheduled to take place on June 19th. The Vietnamese Fatherland Front Committee of Đồng Nai Province has cooperated with the Business Association and the Young Entrepreneurs Association in the province to hold a discussion on policy to support small and medium-sized enterprises in Đồng Nai Province until 2025. The project addresses 9 groups of issues with lots of content. However, given the limited resources of the province, businesses suggest the province needs to focus on 3 main areas that businesses are currently facing the most, namely the production premises, credit capital, and training of the corporate governance officers. Many countries have planned to reopen to welcome international tourists after the COVID-19 pandemic. Vietnam has also begun to plan to receive guests at a safe level. One of the post-COVID-19 international tourism restoration solutions that have received a lot of consensus from the business communities is the need for a gradual opening route, welcoming international visitors from markets with good disease control. Agreeing with the above point of view, experts also think it is advisable to consider and welcome guests to the park's isolated resorts, meeting the safety expectations criteria for groups arriving from charter flights, allowing the whole group to be limited to one location to eliminate the risk of infecting the community. During the recent government permanent meeting, the Prime Minister also emphasized that it is impossible to completely close but not open the door when it is impossible to determine the safety level of the country. According to the Department of Industry and Trade, the export turnover of wood and wood products in May reached about 111 million USD, up 33% compared to April. There is a positive side after the term of exporting wood and wood products affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. However, in the first 5 months of 2020, the province export turnover of wood and wood products is only about 535 million USD, down 4.8% compared to the same period last year. Most of export turnover to major markets such as the US, South Korea, and Australia decreased, while the Japanese market increased by about 15% in the first 5 months of this year. The US President Donald Trump signed an executive order reforming the police as the protests spread throughout the United States, calling on the government to take strong measures to prevent this discrimination by the law enforcement officials against colored citizens. At the White House signing ceremony, President Trump sympathized with the families of victims of police violence, vowing to fight for justice, but he also protected law enforcement officials. The new order encourages police departments to comply with the latest standards on the use of force, to improve information sharing within the force, to avoid the hiring of policemen with poor personal records, and to add social workers to law enforcement forces to address nonviolent incidents. In accordance with the order, the federal budgets will only be issued to police departments independently certified from outside agencies, and the locking action will also be prohibited unless the life of the police officers is in danger. Iran warned a draft resolution to allow international inspectors to access to nuclear sites in Iran is counterproductive. Iran's ambassador to the United Nations, Kazem Garib Abadi, said that a resolution to call Iran to cooperate with the International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) was disappointing and completely counterproductive. According to the draft resolution of June the 10th, European countries, including Germany, France, and the United Kingdom, asked Iran to allow IAEA international inspectors to access two sites believed to have been nuclear operations. European countries are expected to submit a draft resolution to the IAEA meeting this week. However, Iranian Ambassador Abadi warned that if the draft resolution was passed, Iran has no other choice but to take appropriate measures in response to an approach regarded as political and destructive. That's the end of the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.